Alrighty, well, I've got a bit of my solder and stash here. That's the one I'm using for the hot water system, 80 watt. I think that one's burnt out and that one's alright. One of these two's alright, one of them is more or less knackered. I also got myself it's actually a 4-plug USB. That's supposed to go on the, you know, you got like a magazine slot on the back of most seats. It's supposed to clip over that. And then this is the one for your front. So it's a front and back seat charging thing. There's a cable there. I think it's 1.2 meters, which is quite obviously, what's that, about blooming 4 foot or something. And yeah, but I also got a VSR, a dual battery, voltage sensitive relay. Now that is a little boxy box, this one here, and yeah, that's basically it. And on the front you got a little LED that lights up when the two of them are hooked together. That's 125 amp. It's they have ones at 150 amp, but I don't think I'm going to need any more than 125 because the alternator is only a 94 amp alternator in the van, so no worries with overloading this. Anyway, you got your eyelet that I've got a bunch of eyelets blowing around. Where'd I put them? Oh, they'll be in here somewhere. Oh, there you go. Heavy duty eyelets. Already had a cigarette lighter plug, and we're going to need that for this little USB banger that I was showing before. There's a bit of 6040 solder with the Rosen flux already in it. I also got that because I actually got two 40 watt solar panels, and believe it or not, that's actually like proper porcelain made in China. That wasn't too bad a price. It was like $2.50 or something. Anyway, so I've got my heavy cable, my heavy eyelets there, and basically that's your starter battery one. That's your what's his name? Your deep cycle / house battery / coach battery. There's options there to give you the little green light on the front. I think it's that one there is a negative for like an external LED, and that one you can wire into the ignition, and you just basically just clip it off and you wire it in the ignition, and it'll turn this off completely when your ignition's off. If you don't do that, you have a draw of 10 milliamp, which is, 1% of an amp, which is just pathetically low. So that doesn't matter. And of course, because this is a relay, you can't just have a positive in and a positive out. You need to have like a positive and a negative to even run the relay itself, and that's your negative lead there. That's got to go on just to run the relay. Aside from that, your starting battery and your house / coach / deep cycle battery, your second battery, both share the same negative. So yeah, and of course that at that point, that's when I wire this into the negative that's going to be coming through on this plug that the auto electrician gave me, that is the opposite side to the one that he fitted in just behind the front passenger seat there, and I sure as hell am not going to fit anything out of that. And I should... oh yeah. Oh, that's alright. Yeah. Because I have this, and this is left over from something else, and like that's a decent blooming cable. Like that's proper bloody cable. Look at that next to me little finger. That gives you an idea of the thickness of the blast. The thing's almost as thick as my little finger for the two of them there. I don't know what the AWG... oh yeah, 8 gauge. I don't know if that's AWG. Although it might be. I'm not too up with wire sizes. So yeah, but I do know that of course you need a heavy duty cable when stuff needs to be done, and I went and measured it, 5 meters here and 4.2 there, and the whole blooming vehicle's like 5 meters long. So, and I've got a bit of this left over from just plain red stuff from my fridge system. And there's just a bit of thin shite that we're going to use in due course, and that's just another one I bought ages ago and I found blowing around and in a very strange place, so I thought I'd just throw it with all my other electricals. Anyway, yeah, on top of that, I've got a charge controller at the house, the 100 amp hour deep cycle battery, which is a AGM, absorb glass mat, and you'll see that in due course. And I have also got myself the 240 watt solar panels, and I'll just show them in a second. So that's them there. It wasn't a super bright dazzle me in the eyes day, but it was definitely a sunny day, and I was buggered to get 2.33, even though I was doing a short circuit test, which should have given me 2.5. I was getting like 2.07 was the best I got. I was scraping around 1.9 to 2 most of the time, and I should have got 2.5 with the short circuit test that I was doing on it. The open current voltage, I'm not joking, I never got below 22. It was usually about 22 or 22 and a half. So it's actually, the reality is a slightly higher voltage, slightly lower amperage. It won't matter when it goes into a multi-PowerPoint tracker charge controller, because that sorts all that out. And it deliberately, drops the voltage to the voltage the battery would like, but also increases the amps in the process, versus all your crapo, more simple, cheaper, older style ones, and all they do is just, instead of dropping the volts and upping the amps, all they do is just drop the volts and give you the same amps, so you lose power. Versus, and it can be quite a bit, you can only end up with 60% of your original power, and this will hold, like 80% or something like that, 80 to 90%, something like that, with a maximum PowerPoint tracker, which will take care of all this. And this is telling me this is about 7 pounds, maybe a little bit more than 7 pounds in weight, each of them. This was all really based on, I've got two, there's the other one. Same thing, just the other side of the same box. The reason behind all this is, well, I have the little mount for the phone in the middle of the windscreen, and you may say, well, just move the bloody phone mount or take it off. It's not just that. All the other ones that are any bigger than this are 600 wide, like they're 60 centimetres across in that direction. And I have 40 to 45 centimetres behind the seat that I want to mount them. And I honestly think 60 centimetres, it wouldn't even fit in between the door and the blasted thingo and the bed. It would not fit between the door and the bed. It might get very close, but like it just, really speaking, like I measured the back of that seat, and this is about 40 centimetres across, or 40 and a half, I think it is. Yes. 408 by 664 tall, so basically, 41 more or less, and what have we got, 66 and a half that way. So I'm going to have to sort of double stack these behind the seat. So there's going to be a seat there, one solar panel, two solar panel, and I'm probably going to make up like a big fabric pocket to slide them both into. And I've realised you can actually sit one on one side of the dash, and it sort of sits on the hump that the instrument panel's got, and then on the other side I get my pillow and I stick it underneath it. I stick my pillow on the dash, and both of these will sit either side of the phone mount on the dash just fine. But the main point was that they could actually fit behind the damn seat, because look, quite honestly, it's getting a circus to fit any more stuff in this van. It really is. Even the plug that I've got to have come through, I've got to sort of make sure that's out of the way of the, the plug that's coming behind the seat has got to be far enough out of the way of the, my table, which has got to go in between the bed and the passenger's seat. And, and then I've got to stick all the other stuff for that fake black wall in between, the mattress in the passenger seat, and everything's getting very jammed up. There's not going to be much floor space at all in this van, and because I've still got to in between the end of the bench there and the seat, there's still got to fit the blooming Thetford porta potty plus these two panels, so but anyway, sure going to fit in due course, but I didn't want to buy something that wasn't going to fit, so that is what it is, and that'll give us 80 watts plus power that's coming. I noticed the AGM runs at a really high voltage. Even its rest voltage is over 13 volts, and that's just not like your normal wet type cells. But